When I had that personal encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ, I didn't see lights, I didn't see anything, but I knew something happened in my heart. And from that day onwards, my life started to change. To follow Christ, there has to be more of a freedom than to follow religion, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, but this is what they believe in. This is the things that have followed on all these thousands of years that they want to believe in. So, you know, I can't choose to tell them that it's rubbish that they do this.
No, I never actually said.
I never said you said that.
Anthony's intervention enrages Gary because he knows Anthony has never read the Bible. It's the perfect excuse for Gary to vent his frustrations.
But Andy, sometimes I feel that you come across as if I'm stupid.
Hold on a second. You're actually discussing something with me which started off with you saying, how can you have an opinion of something unless you've actually researched it already? Yeah. And I'm saying, well, actually, you can.
Well, I don't think you can.
Well, then that's what you think, and that's what I think.
Perhaps,
I think the difficulty here is that I'm not supposed to have an opinion.
No,
but I do have an opinion.
No, of course
like you have an opinion.
Of course you're supposed to have an opinion.
And if you're having a conversation with me, then you shouldn't get heated.
Listen,
the conversation.
I'm not getting. You're the one who's getting heated. If you're
no, you didn't just walk out. You know, sorry.
Of course it'd be better if I walk out instead of getting heated.
Why? There was nothing to get heated about.
You're coming across Mr. High.
No, but I'm not. No, but I'm not.
Yes, you are.
All the time. Oh,
of course you are, Anthony.
How
many people have you fell out with since you've been here?
Who exactly?
You fell out with Tony. No, you fell out with me.
That's 2.
Yeah.
5. Go on. It's not a very good ratio, is it?
Well, I think it's not a bad ratio.
Okay. I absolutely resent, you know, somebody so point blank to fire at me, you know, oh, well, you know, you're the only one in this group that nobody likes, you know. Who's nobody? I'm a person. I'm just trying to make my life a little bit peaceful in order for me to proceed and get to where it is that I'm trying to get to, basically, because my answer to finding eternal peace or, you know, getting God to put his saving grace on me is to find eternal peace within myself. If I can't be relaxed with myself, who the hell can I be relaxed with?
Each of the guests has chosen a monk as a spiritual mentor, and Anthony seeks guidance from his, Father James. Anthony's been ignoring Gary and Tony.
So the kernel of it is that somehow they've got a down on you. Yeah?
You want to put it like that? It's not like I'm particularly bothered.
Yeah, but is that where we are? I mean,
yeah.
What about you said you're not averse to humiliations?
Well, I'm not.
All right. What about this then?
I can imagine you come up with something.
All right,
something really.
Go and apologise to them.
For what?
Go and apologise to them for walking past them and not speaking.
Oh, I can do that. Oh no, that's not. I don't see that as humility. Yeah, that's a fair comment.
It is a humiliation.
That's a fair comment.
It's to say, I felt uncomfortable doing that. I feel that it might have been an opportunity of trying to repair something there. I didn't do it. I am not saying anything accusatory about you. I'm simply taking responsibility myself. And they're not looking at them in the eye and saying, what have you got to say for yourselves?
No, you're right. I'll take that one on board. That's fair enough. No, I can do that. That's not a problem.
And then
but I'm not apologising for anything else.
No, not apologising for being the showman or being over-secretive or whatever. No, you don't have to. That's you. That's you. You don't have to apologise for that. But then the more difficult thing, this is the great moralizer now, the great religion man, to find, are you going to be able to find any love in your heart for them?
If people don't have disagreements and arguments, they can't discover how much they have to learn about community living. So the presence of the arguments and the disagreements is an important part of the formation process. If it wasn't there, we wouldn't be making progress.
Steps?
Anthony takes the initiative and gives the monastic approach a try.
you came and apologised. I thought it takes a man with balls to come and apologise to another man. But I wanted to apologise at that point, but you weren't ready for it at that point. And what I learned from that was, Anthony, that everybody isn't the same as me.
You know, some people can open up very quickly and some people can't. And I'm just one of those people who can't open up that quickly. Because too often I have done before, and it's just backfired completely. Yeah. Half of it I'll never tell anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard for me to tell anybody some of that stuff. When I was coming here, I was thinking, well, maybe I could come here and somebody will help me to get rid of it. But as you know, Luke told you today, well, you're never going to get rid of it. You've got to learn to carry it. You've got the cross you bear or whatever it is.
Yeah, the cross. But,
so, you know.
Yeah, see, I've struggled with the same things since whatever age I can remember. But I must admit, there is something happening here in my life, without a doubt.
I'm glad we've
Yeah,
talked.
I really am, Anthony. And I look forward to getting to know you better than yesterday.
It seems to be a breakthrough in mutual understanding.
It was really good that we sat down and we talked about it in a mature way, and you know, that's the first time I've ever really done that, and it was fantastic.
I think an important thing that Gary has pointed out is that, you know, coming here, there was no point leaving here being the same person, and I definitely think that's a very valid point.
Now the confrontation is resolved. The hope is that the men will devote more time and effort to the deeper spiritual search.
The gamble we've been taking is that if we'll just wait long enough, keep offering them possibilities and wait, they will slowly start to live the monastic life from within, as opposed to just on the basis of the external discipline we give them.
Tony's latest problem is purely physical. He's injured his leg out running.
You know, it's only something very small. It's not to the knee.
Oh, God.
So rather restraints. Have a feel if you like, have it.
As the weeks go by, the men's relationships with the monks grow closer.
Your words are words of wisdom.
Really, you're a real beacon to us.
Yeah,
You know, it works both ways.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
works both ways. You've brought a tremendous amount to this house. You've brought so much energy to this house. And you've set it on fire in a way that, you know, you may never be able to recognise.
The monks decide it's time for the group to think about some of the central questions of Christian faith.
Begins with S, and Gary's got it right. Sin. Sin. Ah.
If Jesus is a divine person, then not surprisingly, when he dies, the post-death presence, the post-death memory is greater than just that of an ordinary person.
First result, Eve starts blaming Adam, and Adam starts blaming the snake. You know, it all goes wrong. The relationships break down.
The feeling that everyone is wrong except those in your own wee group. Envy, drunkenness, wild parties.
Well, he's just described me pretty well.
And all of us, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
And all the disciples before they
I think I'm too far gone, guys.
changed
Yeah,
their-
that's a good
Well, that's what we thought, but, you know, we're just doing it. Just giving you one last chance, you know.
Who can live up to the precedents set out in the New Testament and in the Bible?
The answer is nobody can.
Exactly.
But there is a difference between saying nobody can, so I'm not going to try, and saying nobody can, and I believe that the Spirit of Christ can get me towards it.
And what effect are you having on human beings when you tell them they're sinners? You're putting them down.
If I say to you, you're a flawed human being, that doesn't put you down, does it? It might be good news, and say, then there's something we can do about it.
No, I don't think it's good news at all.
Why not?
Well, it's because he's saying you're starting off